All right, so previous video we showed that we did not have a boot on this torsion bar. It gets a boot on the back. I guess you pack that full of it says high mileage lubricant or some lubricant of some sort, grease I would think.
Yeah.
So you pack that in and then it gets a boot.
Here's the boot.
Pop's got the new boot, put that one through with that.
You pack this, put it over here, and it's got a ring.
But we had already installed this one, so now we're going to take off the shock, take off the control arm, drop this arm out of the way so we can...
Because this is still under a torque.
Yeah, so we're trying to get untorqued off here, so we'll come back after we've popped this thing out, but I know it's going to be a bear.
Yeah.
It'll be a bear and probably an hour-long process that I'm not going to film all that garbage, so... trust us, we're taking the shock out, take the upper control arm out, hopefully drop that down, maybe have to take the whole front sway bar off.
No, we don't want to do that. Too hard getting that in there.
Well, that's what's got all the torque on the dang thing.
I know, it may be, so we'll see.
So we'll come back and give an update after we've got everything squared away, or when we're assembling back in and putting the torsion bars in with the stinking boot from hell. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. All right, for those of you following along with our suspension instructions and live by my father's rules of if you want to do it right, you got to do it twice.
Yeah. And
What do we have to do here?
You Mopar guys that have done this many times probably thought, I figured the idiots would figure it out. But we had to take, of course, the upper control arm loose, so this would tilt back, undo the shock, and then this big, I don't know, it's over an inch, torsion bar. We had to take it loose, so this would come down.
You can see this usually has this much space holding the torsion.
So this would drop enough to get this torque mechanism that they use. In order for this to get loose enough, we had to take a pipe wrench on it and Chris smack on that just like this show to get this out. So now we can put the boot on, and just like this one's loose as well. We didn't even have this one in yet, but now we'll be able to put both of them on with the new boots, and the wheels won't go all the way up, hopefully, when you when you put it on the ground, they won't keep going.
So what we will do now, since we have everything out, we have all the parts and pieces, I'll set this up on a little tripod and do a time lapse and kind of set it probably around in here that you can just see all the work that we do getting the one side in, and then we'll call it good for front suspension video. So
all right,
time lapse time. Yeah. All right, so got a new tool in the arsenal here. It is a Milwaukee heat gun. Super heat. And Pops was doing this little grommet here for these torsion bars, and he played hell getting that over that bar, so he told me it was my turn to do this one, and I said we just need to use that new little Milwaukee heat gun. So we heated that up and it slid right over the edge of it. So I highly recommend getting one of these bad boys. Yeah, very cool.
Okay, here we got the final, I guess, video here on doing the front torsion bars, and we had trouble.
Yeah, you're working on the right front,
getting them out of there,
and then I'm pulling this pin, and I work on it quite a bit here because it just doesn't seem like it seats.
Yeah,
you'll see me, I got some glasses on to really look and see if it's in there, and it is. It was all the way in, so I packed it with grease.
Packed it. Then got the boot on the front.
There's the stinking bushing, not bushing, grommet boot. We finally got that thing on there with some heat. Dad pushed that one on, took him forever, and then we got the heat gun out and got that. And that I didn't think of until I was almost done packing the whole rod there with grease and then just sliding it up. It just kind of cups it all and pushes it in there.
They were trying to get the castle nut. I mean, that thing it seated.
Oh, the cotter key out of it right there.
Yeah, the cotter key was all trapped and tried every which way but the right way. Finally got it out of there and it took the wheel off.
Yeah, pull a tire. Yeah, we were trying to get it torsion bar clocked right and in, but being all hooked up, it wasn't going in.
Yeah, it wasn't going in. So, of course, you got to take 2 steps backwards.
Yeah, so got the back packed and then packing this one again. So both of them are all packed. And then I just slobbed it all on that, and then it just kind of slides down and pushes it all in. So problem solved.
Yep. Yeah, we're trying to get it all lined back up again because we got to hook up that massive sway bar in the front.
Yep, you can
Here we're just getting the castle nut on top.
I couldn't get a ratchet in there. It looks like I'm using a ratchet wrench because it goes so fast there, but that was just turn after turn after quarter turn trying to get it.
And they were putting the shock on.
So. Yep, shock's going back in. All went back together pretty good here.
Yeah, that one did. I had torque wrench out. It says to torque it at a certain amount.
Yeah, I think it was like 50 pounds.
Yep.
Something like that.
52 or something, or 55. Now we got the other side to do just the same way.
Yep, this I think I had to, I was leaning right there because I had to.
Had to be just lined up perfect.
Lean it, and then we were going up and down with the jack trying to get that to seat down.
Yep.
That other castle nut, it just got a thread, and then I think we got it up there, and then I forget what we just took a little siesta there. What we went and maybe got a different wrench or something. But there's a torque wrench again. Yeah. It popped out, and then there I was tapping the little cotter key in.
Yeah, getting the shock in.
Shock is back in.
There, I'm tightened up.
Steering's back in.
Okay, now we got to start.
I think
get the sway bar.
Yeah, the sway bar is.
Okay, there. You got to assemble it with all the right pieces in the right order. He had to pry that down in order to get it up in the hole.
Yeah, I think in order to get the little bushing thing on, we have.
And you can watch when we start tightening how it just draws that bar up. Okay, there are the nuts on it. Now it'll go. As soon as we just pulled it.
I just pulled that.
Pulls that right up, and that just takes all that.
We had a socket stuck up there too. That I had to pry off there.
That's right.
It did not want to come off of there.
Now the other side does the same thing. Got to assemble it. And you'll see it drop right up too with the, there it goes.
Yep, zip.
And then do it again.
Yep.
By hand. And it drew it up even more.
So that is about the end of it right there. So.
Yep.
So, starting out, we're going to show kind of what we did with the suspension. I think we're pretty well squared away at the front of this, so
It's a Hotchkis replacement, but it's pretty much fit form and everything like the original. It's just different components.
And we're going to do a voiceover over all that time-lapse stuff that you probably just heard. So, but we wanted to, while it's fresh in our mind, kind of show what we just did here.
We had the shocks undone, as you probably saw in the last video. So this would drop down so we could get to the back side, loosen this up, the clocking, to be in order to get the torsion bar in.
What did you do with that clocking thing that it was way out? How did you get that down? What did you do?
This one?
No, the bar here that has. How did you pull?
When you tear that all the way down,
it was way up.
Loose. This pivot point right here, you can push that down and bring that clocking around if you've got the main bolt from the back side loose.
Gotcha.
Which we've got to tighten those up yet too. Now that we've got it set.
Gotcha.
But we had that all the way backed out, so that would clock. Pounded that in, packed that with grease.
Yep.
Put the boot on, packed that with grease.
Yep.
So
we'll be talking about that on the time lapse.
Yeah.
That's the boring part.
And then we jacked it up with our jack. Put the nut on the king, put the pin in, so it would hang, put the shock on, and then
we had to use the jack in order to get that top bolt in. That was kind of quirky that we had to in order to get the upper control arm down in that, you don't call this the caliper, but this is the, what do you call that?
Yeah, this is the calipers here. That's your, oh gosh.
I can't think of it either. Continuing though, we'll put it in the subtext here.
Yeah.
That to get that to where that lined up to where this pin would come through here, we kind of had to jack this up and move the control arm up and down in order for that to seat. But we did, and got the kingpin in, got the
We put,
cotters in.
I don't know if this is right or wrong, but all the trailing edge of everything is where we put the thread and the nuts, so it doesn't pack on the front, maybe with any dirt or mud. I don't know if that's the correct way to do it or not.
I think that makes sense in my pea brain, so
And they're all on the bottom side, so anyway.
Yeah.
And then put these on. We did put that on top, so those weren't hanging down so low. I think that makes sense, because that would be getting pretty low on the metal part. I mean, this is pretty low too, but
yeah.
okay.
I think you're right.
We
there.
did that one. This one's the same way.
Yeah.
We tightened this up about the same to where the clocking of that just started to rise up out of this.
There's still quite a bit of bolt left hanging out there, so I think we can put. We're going to put tires on it once we get the right wheels, because the wheels we have on it are 14-inch wheels.
Right.
And with putting disc brakes on it,
with these Willwood brakes there, they rub when you tighten it up. The rim rubs on the outside, so we need 15s at a minimum. And then of course we'll take it to an alignment shop, and they'll tell us we did everything wrong, and we fixed it. We fixed it all for you. So, but at least it'll be drivable, and we can get it there.
And at least we're not have them on video saying that. So
we're not an alignment.
We don't care what they say, as long as it ends up right. But I think it looks really good. So
I think so too. We kind of might have to do some touch up on some of the black. I mean, all this was brand new, and like the torsion bar usually goes under, I believe, from the factory. This is an aftermarket heavy duty one, and so's a K-member, and it actually feeds through the K-member. But it says if you use your old one, you can cut this, bend it down, put it up in there, put it back up, and weld it.
But you did snake that through. I didn't know.
Yeah, it's got a little bow in it. It snakes right through there.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I think
hopefully that's the end of the suspension. We'll be able to post that video. I don't know that we've got shocks, everything else. We still have to do brake lines, which that'll be a brake segment.
I'm sure.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, you're done.
No, I wasn't done.
Oh.
Anything else from Clarksplace today?
What we have left,
Oh.
we've got some boots to put on. This is just a preview for the next video.
Ooh.
Preview here.
All right, I'll put a little break before that and cut, and then later on Clarksplace.
All right. This is a complete. By the way, I just got all these from Brian Mopar up in Sharpsburg, Georgia. This is the complete kit for emergency brake. All the brackets, all the cables.
Oh, sweet.
And lines. So
do you have brakes for the rear and everything? Because I know that's an empty hub inside this rear
here's
wheel.
all the mechanism for the brakes, or the hardware.
That looks like a brake kit to me. For drum brakes.
These are from Napa. These are the wheel cylinders.
Okay.
And here's two brand new drums.
All right, so next video, doing drum brakes on the rear of a 72 Challenger. Woohoo! Can't wait.
Bye-bye.